I'm Nicholas Smith from dressageRiderTraining.com. In this video I'm going to share some stretches to help improve lower back and hip pain. Now as riders it's important that we have supple and mobile hips so that we can move freely with our horse, and often it's our environment off the horse that can impact our riding, and so we want to make sure that when we do turn up to ride that we're turning up to be the very best version of ourselves that we can be, and so that we can truly be able to ride our horse without anything holding us back. So try out these stretches, make some adjustments if you need to, and go through a flow and to start to work on your own suppleness so that your riding can go to the next level. So to begin with, we want to start with our legs nice and wide. Take them out and try and angle your toes slightly in, or at least have them pointing straight forward versus out. We then just want to bend our knees and allow ourselves to fold forward from our hips. And when you're here, see if you can shuffle your feet a little wider. Try and allow your whole upper body to fold forward and allow the knees to bend as much as you need. And then when you feel comfortable, see if you can straighten the legs a touch and try and lift your seat bones up to the sky. You want to hold here for a good 30 seconds to allow the backs of our legs to lengthen. And while you're doing that, see if you can squeeze your quad muscles. So these are the muscles on the front of your thighs. And by engaging those, it's going to help send a signal to our hamstrings to loosen, which will then allow our lower back to soften. After the stretch, bring your feet in a little closer. We're going to sit our bottom down, bring our elbows on the inside of our thighs for an adductor stretch. Now you want to really push your elbows into your knees to get the stretch. If it's too much down this low, you can be much higher and just use your hands to push the knees out and get a stretch through the inside of the thighs. Following this stretch, I'm going to bring yourself around and place the back knee down onto the floor and your hands down on the inside of your front leg. Now as we do this, we want to allow our hip to come forward and down. If you can't quite get your hands down to the ground, you can have your hand up on top of your knee, and you could even support yourself against a wall. And if this is too much for your knee on the ground, you can place a cushion underneath it, or the other option is to be upstanding here, and you're going to feel a stretch in through the front of the hips. Lay all the way down and place your right foot up on top of your left thigh and reach through and take a hold of your thigh. If you can, reach all the way through to your shin and pull everything in towards you. And you'll feel the stretch in through your glutes and into your ITB. If you want to make this a little more challenging, at the same time you're pulling in, push the knee away and get a deeper stretch also into the hips. Once you've held this stretch, you want to allow the left foot to fall onto the floor, take your hands wide and allow the knees to fall over to the right. This helps to really loosen into the hip by internally rotating it and helping to loosen into the back as well. Then the next stretch following from this is to bring the feet back into the middle, wrap them in really tight and allow the legs to fall over to your left. Now if this is too much with the foot wrapped in, you can unstack it and just have the two knees on top of each other, ankles together, and let your eyes go the opposite direction. You're going to feel this in through your lower back, your glutes, and down into your ITB. And just hold here for as long as you feel comfortable and as long as you feel you need. We then want to bring ourselves up to sitting. Take both legs straight out in front of you. Wiggle your seat bones back so you can feel them both even on the floor and allow yourself to fold forward. This is about stretching your hamstrings and your lower back. Now you only want to come forward as far forward as you feel comfortable, and that's your edge. So don't worry if you're up here, but fantastic if you feel you can bring yourself all the way down. Think about bringing your nose forward towards your toes and drawing your lower back down towards your thighs. Then going to bring ourselves up, tuck in your right leg and cross your left over, and then wrap yourself around and lift up tall through your spine. If you find this is too much with your leg bent on the floor, straighten it out in front and take your eyes all the way around to the back. As much as we're trying to pull the knee in, you're also trying to push it away to really intensify the stretch through the outside of the leg. And think of your back hand as a second spine as it pushes into the ground, and you turn your eyes right around to the back. Following on from that, we're going to come into half lotus. So have both your seat bones even on the ground, and then you have your legs crossed out in front. Now if this is perfect for you, you can stay here. You can even slide your feet further away and bring yourself forward. You're going to feel this get into your hips. Now to make this more advanced, you can place your heel up on top of your thigh and then allow yourself to come forward here, and you'll feel a deeper stretch getting into the hips and around into the glutes. The next stretch from this is called cow face pose, where we wrap our legs in really tight. So you're trying to have no gap between both of your knees, and again both seat bones down on the floor. If this is too much, you can pop your bottom up on top of a cushion, or again just have your feet a little bit further apart and allow the gap to exist as you come forward. With the goal though is trying to wrap in as tight as possible, and then we just let ourselves drop down, and you're going to feel this on the outside of the hips and into the glutes. So take your knees nice and wide. You're going to draw your toes together, sit your bottom back onto your heels and reach your hands forward and let the forehead rest right down onto the ground. This is great for loosening out the lower back. Just hold here as long as you feel you need. And then our last stretch to finish off is happy baby pose. We come right down onto our back. Take your feet up into the sky and have your feet flat. Imagine there's a roof that you're pushing up onto, and slide your hands on the inside of your knees and reach towards your feet. Now use your elbows to take the knees wide as you pull the feet down. At the same time you do that, think of lengthening your spine down onto the floor and making your back really flat. So there you have it, some great stretches for you to help loosen up your back, relieve any sort of hip pain, just to help you feel much more comfortable. So I hope you found that useful. Do let me know, comment below, and I'd love to hear from you. Look forward to bringing you the next video.